What's up? Man, I feel like a vampire out here. I mean, it's still dark right here in Memphis. 6 almost 30. I usually have a little bit more sunlight. Now I'm driving. Well, I'm not driving quite yet, but I'm here with had to turn on the lights because it would have been too dark. Y'all wouldn't been able to see me. Well, what's going on? Whether it's dark, whether it's light, welcome to the ride, y'all. Welcome to the ride. What is going on? Let me put some music on here because it's too dead for me. What's going on? There we go. Whenever y'all hear that, you know I'm on the way. Y'all know I'm on the way whenever you hear that. It's almost like Ric Flair's coming out. Listen, good morning to you guys. I know most of you are getting ready for work. Welcome to the ride. This is a little spin-off of the Big Time Show where I come in the morning really not looking for a gigantic crowd because most people don't wake up talking about no Dallas Cowboys, but I do. They're just part of the show, uh, mainly because my son has me where I can't do what I usually do and has me have to readjust things. So here I am in the morning. I hope you guys will share. Even though it's early. Share to those that may watch this a little bit later. What I've learned about this show during the morning time is that when it's all said and done, when you take the inventory for the day for the show, I have a lot of people who watch this show in particular. Maybe they watch it during the day or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is, but this show does pretty well in the morning time. So appreciate all you guys that may be coming on. Of course, I can't look at the chat right now because I'm still sharing myself, but I will speak to those that have said something in the chat line. I'll get to the game in a minute, but I'm still sharing. Hope you guys would do that with me. Hope you be patient with me just a second, and I'll be with you. Matter of fact, y'all done it, so let's talk. Let me speak to those who are here. Oh, well, I don't know who you are, Tom. Whatever. I don't know how to read you right quick. So, morning time usually bring these funny folks too who jump on, want to start their morning off with hate and all that type of stuff. I ain't for all that. I'm here to talk about the game. Welcome to the ride. Those of you that are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on the Big Time Show channels. Listen, if you want to contribute to the channels monetarily, you can. You can go use the stars. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, you can use that super chat button. If you are on Twitter, you can use my Cash App, which is $ the Big Time Show. Real simple, $ the Big Time Show. If you want to use Cash App to contribute, that's fine. But personally, if you hit the like button for me, I really would appreciate that. All right, so let me speak. Let me see. Miller, how you doing, sir? Did I just see somebody else pop in that's speaking? Good morning, Tamika. How you doing? Why am I saying stuff that I haven't seen? I see a lot of Ric Flair stuff. I haven't looked at the news. Is it true? Well, that's another whole show for me within itself. I'm saying R.I.P. Ric Flair. Is it true? Is it true? Somebody put it in for me. Y'all know how I love wrestling. Is it true? Uh, but anyway, let's talk about the game. I'll get to Flair in a minute if that is the case. Just somebody just put in, is it true that Ric Flair? I'm saying R.I.P. Ric Flair. I've seen it from a couple people. I don't know. Tom, if I misinterpreted your comments, if you're still here, I apologize. I didn't get it. But anyway, the game on Sunday, 40-40 tie. And a lot of people are trying to figure out how to feel about it. I'm just going to give you my take. Know you've heard all the other takes by now. Listen, it felt like to me when you gonna have a tie and you put in all the work that you did for a whole week preparing for a game, getting ready for a game. I don't like a scrimmage game. That's what it was. That's what it felt like. You know, a scrimmage game. When we played ball, when you had a scrimmage game, you didn't keep up with the score. It was just like, you know, it was a matter of pride. You were practicing. That's really what it boiled down to. You. Nobody wins, nobody loses. It's therefore a scrimmage. And I hate that. I'm not saying I would rather lose, or I mean, you know, it is what it is. It was a scrimmage game. No winner, no loser. It was just we came together for 3 hours and nothing was accomplished. That's what the final scoreboard says. However, to make a long story short, there are some things in the details, however, that is worth talking about in this game. I'll go to bad news first because it's easy to talk about that. And it's easy to talk about the good stuff as well, but I'll go bad news first. I heard Coach Eberflus say that you simplified the defense. If you heard his interview, he talked about a one-word defense and all that type of stuff. Let me say this. Who cares about a one-word coded defense or simplified? If you don't have the right personnel, I don't care if it's one word, 5 words, no words, sign language. I don't care. If you don't have the right people on the field, you're not going to be successful. And the last time I talked to everybody, I said, why we keep doing the same things and expect different results? I don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Sanborn still out there. I still got Malik Hooker at the time was out there. I still got Donovan Wilson out there, still trying to play safety. He still didn't have Leofile. You know, he started, but it's, you know, enough. I'll get to Leofile in a second. I'm still seeing you still trying to throw the same people. You mixed in, of course, Jadeveon Clowney. I get it. I don't care what you do. It's still the same defense because in order to make this change, to make it better, I don't know how many weeks we got to keep experimenting before we finally figure out and say, hey, we got to change it. You got to change it. You got to change it with personnel. It's really that simple. And I can get into that a little bit more details after looking at a little film. Once certain people got into the game, things changed a little bit. All right? I'll get into that in just a second. But here's the bottom line. After the game, we are now the last ranked defense in the league. It's nothing else to say. It's nothing else to say. We are dead last in the defense. We are the worst defense in the NFL, statistically, figuratively, literally, however else the way you want to look at it. We are the worst defense in the NFL. And the reason why is because we refuse to make the proper changes in order to make things happen. Sanborn, his mind is there. His body cannot do it. He is not athletic enough. Sure, he'll make a few plays every now and then, but they're secondary plays. He really cannot do it. His mind can do it. He's smart. He knows where to be. He knows where to be. His body just can't catch up. His body cannot catch up. And at some point, like enough is enough. I was glad to see something. Shamar James come into play in the game. You might lose some experience. You might even lose, some direction. He's a rookie, but what he does have is athleticism, and in some cases, athleticism is better than knowledge. I'm not saying he needs to start, but what I am saying, Sanborn should not be anywhere on the field on third down. If you want to keep Sanborn, it's fine. I would rather have Sanborn play on first and second down. That's it. Third down, he need to be on the sideline because now you get into covering, and he can't cover nobody. Let's just be realistic. Which brings me to Leofow. Leofow can do that. A lot of y'all gonna start talking about the dumb play he did, and it was a dumb play. When he got the penalty, when he over-aggressive and all that. Hey, I don't want to take none of that from him. I just need him to be smarter. And I'm quite sure that can be fixed. That's really all I'm going to say about that. The kid is over anxious, wants to make a play, an impact play, like he did on special teams when he blowed up that guy. He wants to do the same thing on defense. I love the aggression. I don't like the dumb call. That was an obvious one. That can be fixed, though. That can be fixed. I'm not worried about that. Don't take away this kid's aggressiveness. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. At least he's going to make people remember him when he hits you. I love it. That's what you want your linebacker to do. Bring pain. Sanborn is hugging people. It's not, he lets them run into him and then he tackle. That's not how you play linebacker. You got to go get it when you play linebacker. So I want Leofow on the field more. He's athletic. He's a playmaker. I want him on the field. I don't care nothing about Sanborn. I done seen enough. I've seen enough. I've seen enough from Sanborn. I'm done. He's a problem. All right. Hate to see Malik Hooker get hurt. We don't want people to lose their spots because of injury at all. Malik, we don't know what the MRI is gonna say for as far as his foot is. It didn't look good. It was a non-contact injury if you saw it. Malik has had foot problems before. I don't know. We'll know that today. It's probably gonna miss maybe a game or two, maybe worse. Who knows? But the replacement was Wanye Thomas. I did not do enough film on Wanye when he came in the game. However, I will say this: it wasn't no deep passes being thrown. Wasn't no deep passes when Wanye was in. I will say that. which was one of the problems. You know what the Cowboys' problem on defense is? Another hidden thing that nobody really is talking about is tackle. It's part of the reason why I won't live foul in the game, because he tackles well. Sanborn, uh, he makes tackles, but it's just something that's not something missing there. Um, even though we're messing up so bad now in big plays, I mean we give up chunk plays. We gave up chunk plays early in the game, like we do every other game. Again, you know, the bottom line is whoever the Cowboys play, we're gonna make your quarterback look great. You expect that out of Jordan Love, which he did. But whoever we play, we just make the quarterback look way better than what they really are. I give grace to Jordan Love because he is pretty good. But we make them look back good in big ways. Like, have y'all noticed that now the new chunk play that kills us is just a simple screen play? I mean, I'm talking about screen plays going for 20 plus yards. Those are chunk plays. It's killing us. We can't get nobody off on third down. We can't stop. I mean, the run, it used to be different. Teams used to want to run against us. Nobody runs against us hard enough. We stopping the run. That's not an issue. It's the secondary. And here's the sad part. Here's the sad part, y'all. Diggs and Bland played. Diggs and Bland were playing. Still got torched. I'm just saying. Romeo Dobbs will never have another 3-touchdown game in his life. I mean, seriously. Diggs and Bland were playing. And we still got lit up. So, you know, a lot of people say it's a scheme. You know, I think that may be a part of it. But I also believe it's personnel. Diggs and Bland are better man corners than they are zone corners. Okay? Everybody knows that. But their bodies, I don't think Diggs really can run like he used to. I don't think so. So I don't know. I think the zone, and that's a part that nobody would never admit to, but I think the zone is actually a coverage for the guys who can't do what they used to do, or at least they're recovering. I don't think Diggs can go one-on-one. I don't think he's right. I just don't think so. I'm not sure Bland is right. And the last thing you want them to do is be running, playing man-to-man coverage when they can't really run. So I think the zone is kind of like a Band-Aid for them. I really do. I don't think they can run. Nobody ain't going to say that. But if you just look at them, you see something just is not right. I don't think Bland is 100%. I don't think Diggs is 100%. And I think their bodies are limited in some of the things that they can do. I really do. Which may be the reason why they're playing zone. So, but the zone is not working because we can't stop nothing. That's the bottom line. We can't stop absolutely nothing. And we make average quarterbacks look like they all pros. So to fast forward, you know, if you ever want to get your quarterback right, see the Cowboys. And here we go. Here comes Justin Fields next. You know, it is what it is. All right. So, hey, see, Poodle, exactly. I see your comment. I think it really is that's the case. I think, Donovan Wilson, and Hooker, especially Malik Hooker, who was known for his range. I don't think he has the range, even before he hurt himself. So I don't think he can do that. So I believe that is what's going on with the Cowboys. Now, solutions, you got to put the proper people in. I think by default, I believe that Wanye Thomas is about fine to fit to get his chance. We've been begging for him. It looks like he's going to get his chance at free safety. And we'll see how he rolls. A lot of people think that he will make it better. But here comes his chance. We'll find out. All right. Lil Fowl needs to be on the field more. Let's see. You need Sam Bourne off on third down, on passing downs. You need him off the field. Second and long, you need him off of the field. It's just that simple to me. All right. Offense. What else? Here's what the sad part about everything is. The defense is so bad that your offense has to be dang near perfect. That's the only chance we got to win it. Is that your defense, is going to give up so many points. And your offense has to score just about on every drive. That's where we are. And your quarterback, that one that some of y'all can't stand. Y'all might as well just kind of hush up a little bit now, because Dak Prescott is playing some real good football. That's just the bottom line. Nothing new. We've seen it before. We've seen this before from Dak. Now I'm not surprised at all. A lot of y'all say he's a regular season quarterback. Guess what? It's the regular season, so I guess he's doing what he usually does, what he's supposed to do. Since y'all say we'll wait till the playoffs. Last time I checked, you had to have a regular season to get to the playoffs. So Dak is doing exactly what he does. And on Sunday night, it obviously was one of his better games. Great game he had. He kept us in it. He scored. He scored a lot with backup linemen in the game and missing CeeDee Lamb. He still put up 40 points. Y'all don't understand. He still put up 40 points. 2 linemen gone. Going against a real good defense so far. At the time, they was the number 1 ranked defense in the league. Green Bay was, I think, they're number 2 now. You got the great Micah Parsons there. You got Gary on the other end. You got a real good fast defense. They put 40 up on them with backups. 3 starters gone. Brock Hoffman started. TJ Bass started. CeeDee Lamb not in the lineup, not playing. They still put up 40. Come on now. The offense is clicking. There's no question about that. The offense is burning it up. Kudos to Dak. Show hard. Kudos to his offense. Let me say something about Clayton Adams and our offensive line coach. They really need to be commended, because Green Bay didn't do absolutely nothing. All this talk about Micah Parsons going crazy and all this, the backups are going to give up a lot of sacks and all that. No. Our offensive line coach, Clayton Adams as well, and Schottenheimer, they really need to be commended for the game plan that they had, the execution of the game plan. Brian Schottenheimer was, Brian Schottenheimer was awesome in his play calling. He really was really uh, diversified, if you let me say that, in his play calling. Javonte Williams looks great. Offensive line was open up whole. They were mauling Green Bay. Uh, we had no problems nowhere. Dak Prescott had time. George Pickens, no surprise to me. Been telling y'all, I don't even want to talk about it. For some folks are shocked. George Pickens, when I looked at him, I just shook my head and I just feel sorry for Jerry Jones because, the reason why I say that, it ain't got nothing to do with the game. It's just obvious that this kid, man, he gonna make some money. And I'm not sure that we gonna pay him. I mean, it's really, I already knew it. So I'm not, and I think he's gonna do plenty more, even when CD gets back. It's the kid can play. Kid is special. He's doing the right thing. I just don't see, we just gonna have for this 1 year, and we gonna be looking for another wide receiver in the draft because he gonna demand money. Somebody's gonna pay him big money to be a number one wide receiver. That's the way I look at it. So it's only gonna go up for Pickens. As long as his Dak is throwing the ball, it's only gonna go up. It's no surprise to me what Pickens did at all. None. No, and I think he got plenty more in the tank. So I don't really want to, really focus in on that. I'm not surprised. Pickens is just Pickens is Pickens. It ain't no surprise to see him catch balls in traffic. It's no surprise to see him make plays. This is what he does. This is what he does. So it's not a surprise to me. So it was good. It is what it is. Micah Parsons, look, he really, if you want to count that, they counted it as a sack. But if that's all you counted for, he did get some pressures in. But you expect that from him. But as far as him making real impact, there was a great game plan. We hit him with everybody, as you supposed to. We did what everybody else did when he was on our team. You ran at him. We neutralized him. We hit him. No surprise. It is what it is. Offensively, it's really unfair. But I think that this is what it's going to look like this year for the most part. The offense can't afford a bad day. But I got a feeling, what's going to happen when we do have a bad day offensively. We're going to be in trouble. Unless I can see some real changes on defense. Right now, the defense got worse. We played better in spots. I'll give us that. We got teams the third down, but we didn't get them off the field. So, I don't know if you can look at that as an improvement. We just got to start getting. We got to make teams punt the football. We don't make teams punt the football. This is what has to happen. So, I was disappointed that we didn't get to win. A lot of y'all wanted to go on fourth down. Look, the last thing we need is a loss. I was not mad that we kicked the field goal down there. Excuse me. I was not mad at that. Last thing you want to do is play 5 quarters and lose. You kick the field goal. Listen, you make the defense try to make a stop. So we're 1-2-1. I believe that tie is going to be a factor later on in the season. We just have to see. Usually when somebody gets a tie, it usually comes up again later on in the season. We'll see. But listen, On to the Jets. On to the Jets. And I'm just hoping today that we make an average quarterback not look great like they are MVP candidate. So far, we've made every quarterback look great. We made every quarterback look like they was first team all pros. And here comes Justin Fields, who run. If y'all saw him last night, you already know what his superpower is. He don't mind running the football. We already know this. Garrett Wilson is a great receiver. He just playing with the Jets. That's the only reason why you see that. But if you saw the catch that he made last night, no surprise. He's a great receiver. Breece Hall can run the football. The Jets play hard. They hadn't won, but the Jets play hard. And if you come in not on your game, you'll get upset by the Jets. The Jets are going to be confident coming in to us because we coming. We've got the worst defense in the league. They're going to be confident coming in. And I'll start getting on the Jets now. This is just my base overall after watching them last night. You're gonna have to play. We on the road. Will the offense stay hot like this? You can't expect this every week. But we will see. Exactly. Hey, Kermit, that's exactly what we've been. The get right game for every other team. Exactly. Can we break that? The Bears, as I told you last week, they'll never play a greater game than they played last week, 2 weeks ago against us. I told you that. I told you the Giants weren't going to do nothing. They benched Russell Wilson. I told you Russell had his last hurrah against us. 454 yards or something like that. They already on another quarterback just that quick. So, I'm not surprised. Not surprised about that. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. We gotta figure something out. And at this point, if you're not, I'm as far as defense goes, I'll say it again. I do not. Why we keep doing the same thing? Y'all, Evilflus said, I started laughing when he said that. Talking about we simplified the offense to one word. One word ain't doing nothing. That ain't what's gonna get it done. You got to make personnel changes. I don't care how many words you use for the codes for defense. That's not nothing. We just not good at zone defense. It's just that simple. We not. We got a bunch of guys that like to play man defense. When you trying to make them play zone, that's not what we do. It's not. It's not. And until we figure that part out, we're going to roll these same guys, the Sanborns. James Houston we're going to be saying the same thing. James Houston need to be on the field more. We keep saying the same thing here, but because of loyalty and politics, instead of having James Houston on the field, you want to have, Dante Fowler, who still ain't done nothing. You want to have Nealon in the game, who's solid against the run. But they ain't getting it. I mean, James Houston, every time you get in there, you get a sack. Every time. So, I don't get it. I'm becoming very frustrated with having to come on here saying the same thing every week. When it's obvious what needs to happen. You got to make personnel changes. Hey, and then you got to live with the result. Because what you done put out there has gotten you to be the worst defense in the league. You got to try something. Maybe it's speed. You take Sanborn out, you put Leo Fowler in, or Shamar James, guess what? Your defense just got faster. You put Wanye Thomas in for Malik Hooker. Guess what? Your defense just got faster. It's just the truth. Where they may be lacking it is they might be lacking in as far as knowledge goes and all that type of stuff. But I'm willing to live with the results because the knowledge that Sanborn and Hooker has gotten me to be the worst defense in the league. We are ranked last in defense and ranked number 1 in the league in offense. How crazy is that? We have the number 1 offense in the league and the worst defense in the league. Figure that out. That's where we are. The problem is not the offense. The problem is not the offense. Anybody that says anything about the offense, look, you ain't talking about nothing. It's not the offense. It's the defense. So the changes that need to be made is on the defensive side. If you're not trading to get nobody in, if you're not signing a free agent, whatever the case may be, the changes come from within. You got guys that are on the bench that need to be playing. Wanye Thomas need to play. Leo Fowl need to play too. James Houston needs to play. Give me those 3 guys, and I believe we're going to be a little bit better. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. I need Leo Fowl to play. I saw Shamar James come in and play a little bit. That's fine. I need those guys to play. I need James Houston to play more. And I need Wanye Thomas to play. Give me that, and I believe you may not be the worst. You may move up. Right now, we're the worst ranked defense in the league. I believe that if Wanye plays, I believe if James Houston get more snaps, I believe if Leo Fowl plays, you won't be the last ranked defense in the league. You still might be 30. You might be 29, but you won't be the worst. The defense that we have is leaving no choice but to make our offense be perfect. And it's not going to happen every week. It's not going to happen. Dak is not going to have these type of games every week. It's not going to happen. He is going to run up on the defense that's going to kind of shut things down a little bit. And see, y'all, and some of y'all Dak haters are going to be mad because y'all quiet right now because y'all know Dak playing. Now you don't want to give him credit. But as soon as the offense gets shut down a little bit, you're going to be the first one running your mouth talking about Dak ain't doing this, Dak ain't doing that. You ain't saying nothing now when you know he's lighting it up. So you want perfection, which is what Dak just about to have to be for us to even have a chance. See what I'm saying? I get it, Jay Bryant. What's going on, brother? But Sanborn is unathletic. His lack of athleticism is killing us. His mind is there, but his body can't do it. That's the problem I really have with Sanborn. Sanborn has some tackles. Sanborn, he waits the guys come and attack him, and he'll make the tackle then. He's not a linebacker to go get people. And then he's just not fast enough to get to the spots. That's killing us. It is. And at this point, because it's obvious, I'd rather take my chance with Leo Fowl. I'm not saying he's going to start. My thing is this. I don't want Sanborn complete. I'm different than everybody else. I don't want Sanborn completely off the field. I just want him in on first and second down. And then in a nickel package, bring in Leo Fowl, because at least he can cover better than Sanborn. I ain't saying he can shut down a tight end. I'm just saying I know he's better in coverage. That's all I'm saying. Or if Shamar James fit the bill, I just need somebody that's quicker in coverage than Sanborn. Sanborn is just not athletic enough. He doing the best he can. I give him credit. Sometimes that stuff work, but it's just not right. It is what it is. All right, listen, I got to get ready to get in. Appreciate all you guys. On to the Jets. Times more like a scrimmage. Nobody won, nobody lost. It's like a scrimmage game. I'm not happy there's no moral victories. The reason why a lot of people, because a lot of people thought that we were going to get totally destroyed. Get totally destroyed. That is because everybody thought we were going to get blowed out. Nobody expected us to put up 40 points against that defense and all that. That's why a lot of people are shocked. So it feels like a win to some people. That's the real reason why. It's not that, it was just purely unexpected that we would put up 40 points. A lot of people are not surprised that Green Bay put up 40 points. A lot of people are not surprised. So, that's the reason why people feel good about the game. But I'm just hoping that the defense show up a little bit. If the defense just show up a little bit better, I think we'll be fine. What's up, JVB boy? What's going on? Appreciate you, man. James, what's going on? Let me just speak to everybody in the show. James, how you doing, sir? Terry, my brother. Kermit, Matthew. What's going on? Bucket Getter. C-Pool, I'm sorry. Gazing Geezer, how you doing? All of you that came in. Popping big shots bubbles. Here you come in. Some people just wake up. What's up, CT? Some people just wake up with the sole purpose of trolling. He said, who I'm trying to sham? Nobody. I'm trying to sham nobody, dog. I offer nothing, whatever. Okay, I didn't know that everybody went to jail in football. You showing your intelligence. Big popping shots. I don't think that everybody that plays football went to jail. I don't think so. So I don't know how they became felons. I don't think everybody has a record in the NFL. But we appreciate your considering that type of thing. See, ladies and gentlemen, let me teach you something about racism. Big popping shot, popping big shots bubbles? Let me say this. See, this is the new day of disguised racism. See, a lot of us, I'm done talking about the game now. I just get sick of some of these people that come on, on my show during the morning time. This is the only time I get it where they do this, you get these trolls that come in. Let me say something. Let me give you a little lesson in racism. See, we're living in a time now where that people that are a little bit older than I am, they attributed racism and limited it to the N word. Like that's the guaranteed sign that you're gonna, say he's a racist, especially if it comes from a Caucasian. I'm fully aware that our culture use the N-word in our music and all that, even in our everyday language and all that. And there's the unwritten rule that black people can call each other that and all that type of stuff. It is what it is. And then the unwritten rule is that a white person cannot call us that. That's just the way that it is. It is what it is. Forget all that. But you'll get the new way of doing racism is to say things without using the N word, such as this. That comment right there. See, that has racial undertones. See, people get to hide and say, well, no, I didn't mean that. I really didn't mean it as racist. What I meant to say was this. See, and then when people interpret it as racist, then they'll call you a racist. See that right there? Let's go inside that comment. Just trying to teach you something. The comment says, let me look at this. What did it say? Well, who you trying to sham today? Football overpaid fellas. What the undertone is that you thinking that they overpaid fellas jail because most of the NFL is black. Everybody knows that. And the association with black people are that they go to jail. And so that's the racial undertone in it. But you know what? That's where we messed up in this country, because that is my interpretation. Your interpretation may be something totally different. And that is what's causing the division in this country. But I'm old enough to recognize the undertones, the little slight language. I know the codes. I'm old enough. I'm old enough to do it. I'm old enough to see it. I know what you're saying and not saying at the same time. I know it. I'm 52 years old. I've been called the N-word. I've been called the code words. I recognize the dog whistles. I know it. Your interpretation is this is what it is, and this is why we have the division, because of that. But, and I don't mean to highlight popping big shots bubbles, but I'm gonna give him his shine, because I'm gonna give it to him. I don't have time for all the racism and depending. And I know he's probably still listening. I'm kind of waiting to see what he got to say. But he already put it in. See right here. Here's another one. This is the racial undertones right here. Right here. This Gilbert guy. What are my thoughts on black people robbing and stealing? The same thoughts that I have on white people robbing and stealing. It's wrong. Did I answer your question? No, man, I had to do this because I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah. That's what I feel like. To answer your question, Gilbert, I have the same thoughts about white people robbing and killing. Did you know that white people do that too? Huh? Dog of the bear, the sweet of the juices. It's racism. That's been used in context in a lot of different ways, though. It's actually been used in fruit. And it's been used when it comes to our sexual preferences. I'm just calling it like it is, William. But there you go, Gilbert. I have the same issue. What's your next question? I had the same problem with white folks killing and murder. Did you just have a problem with the gentleman killing Charlie Kirk? Did you have a problem with the young man that tried to assassinate President Trump? There are certain things, there ain't such thing as a black folk crime and then a white folk crime. It is It is what it is. All right. This is the reason why we there. But what I really the main thing is the new way of racism just so don't happen to be the N word is I'm talking about the Packers. It is what it is. We move on to the Jets, but I got these trolls that come in that love to do all this. It is what it is. All right. I'm not a. I don't consider myself a racist. I'm a child of God. God. I'm a called man of God. I've been called to preach His word. I try my best to do that. I'm aware of racism. I don't try to. I treat you the way you want to be. The way you treat me. That's the way. If you come to me cool, I'm cool with you. If you come to me backwards, depending on what the vibe is, that my response will be according. If you call me the N word, I know where you stand. Just cause you call me the N word does not mean that I have to jump into the pool of racism with you. I just leave you alone. When you do that here on my show, I just block you. I don't know, Gilbert. This is the big time show. We talk football over here and the Los Angeles Lakers. You probably need to find another. You need to find another show and you define racism. Here's what I think as far as racism goes. I guarantee you, your definition of racism and my definition of racism would be completely different. There's my answer for you. So I don't have to define it. That's up to you. What I determine is racist, you probably don't. And what you determine is racist, I probably don't. Why is that, Gilbert? Because we're different. All I see is a YouTube sign there, but judging by the way your conversation is, you probably have some racism kind of built in you, and you probably don't look like me. Okay? And I probably don't look like you, so that means we're different. Different thoughts, different mindset, different cultures, different everything. So you're not going to understand me in some areas, just like I don't understand you in different areas. But that's where we got to come together. Unfortunately for this country, and it ain't just started now, it's been this way. It's those differences where we fall apart. And nobody wants to really make that gap. Racism has been passed down generationally. Your great-great-great-great-grandfathers and my great-great-great-great-grandfathers had a different viewpoint when it comes to racism. And unfortunately, some of those mannerisms, some of the language, some of the keys of racism have been passed down generationally, and it just continue to goes on. It's really that simple. Well, we ain't got time for that because we'll be all day talking about that. We don't have to see who's the most racist. We don't have to see what are the code words. We don't have to see what the definitions of racism is. It is what it is. You live your way, I live mine, and we hope to give God the glory through our lives. It's just that simple. It is what it is. But then again, when it comes to that, we define Jesus different. But that's another whole story than the whole thing. So we'll leave it alone. Listen, y'all have a great day. I'm out. I'm out. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you again for the one and the only, the big time show.